told you about strawberry fields.
Hey, welcome back to the channel and this movie review with a film that I don't think needs much of an introduction if you know the film that came before it in 2019. Of course, I'm talking about Glass Onion, another Knives Out mystery directed once again by Rian Johnson, coming off the heels of 2019's Knives Out, starring Daniel Craig, Edward Norton, Janelle Monáe, Kathryn Hahn, Leslie Odom Jr., Jessica Henwick, Madeline Klein, Kate Hudson, and Dave Bautista. So, yeah, look, just to give some background, when the first Knives Out came out, I definitely loved it. It was definitely not top 10 of the year, but definitely one of the most memorable films. I think everybody still mentions it from time to time. And so naturally, a lot of people were very excited because that was a mystery film that felt so original, so tight compared to everything that had been coming out. And honestly, I say everything, but there haven't been that many films in the mystery genre. Unless you're talking about Kenneth Branagh's Poirot movies, which no one really watches, let's be honest. So, obviously, the hype was very much anticipated for this, and of course, Netflix picked this up from Lionsgate and bought out the rights to 2 sequels. So, yeah, things are looking pretty good for this movie and for Rian Johnson, because, you know, obviously with this sort of thing, he's going to take his time to perfect it. It's a mystery. Every single little detail has to fall into place. And look, I was definitely looking forward to this movie. It wasn't like one of my most anticipated movies of the year or anything like that, but it damn well should have been, because let me tell you, I went to the movie theater the other day to see this movie and the next one I'm going to do a review on, and it turned out to be like the greatest day for movies of this entire year. And Glass Onion, guys, not only is this film great, it is miles beyond the original. This film is amazing. It is one of the greatest mystery films ever put on film. Honestly, it is that good. What Rian Johnson does here so well is he takes the formula that made the first Knives Out film so great, smooths it out, and literally articulates every single detail to make sure there are no clues left unturned. And that's the thing about this script that Rian Johnson created. This is airtight, and I've only seen it once, and I can't wait to see it again because I think that will give me more clarity on how I feel about this movie. But this is like almost Parasite level tight. Yeah, that's not something that I throw out just to say it on a whim. Like, what he has crafted here is truly unbelievable. And not only that, but the character work is so on point as well, especially with Daniel Craig coming back as Benoit Blanc, probably his definitive character besides Bond that he's going to be remembered for. And he just absolutely kills it in this role. He's obviously chewing up the scenery every time he comes on, but his attention, his keen eye, his attention to detail, everything about his character works so well. And of course he injects that humor that he is so great at, and of course that lovely iconic southern accent that he puts on this character. Yeah, I mean, he is becoming one of the most lovable characters in recent film history. He's such a great detective and honestly a modern day staple of, you know, cinematic characters that we will probably be remembering down the line. Because obviously this film is a sequel to the first one, but the only real similarity is the character of Benoit Blanc. It's just a completely different story with different characters, and Rian Johnson keeps it as such. There's no winks or nods or references to the original film, and I absolutely love when a sequel, especially considering all the sequels that have come out, even Top Gun Maverick owes so much to the original, even though it's better in every single way. I think that this film shows that you don't need to pander to fans of the franchise. Like, you can present a completely new story and just go on with it. And I think that is so refreshing because I feel like so many sequels are hampered because of them constantly trying to, like, oh, do you remember this? Oh, you know, remember that time we did that? and it just gets so tedious sometimes, but not here. It is such a breath of fresh air. I absolutely loved the approach that Rian Johnson took with this film. And also, this is really a film that you're going to watch this again, and it's going to recontextualize the entire thing. Not even just like, oh, there are little details I missed and they add up, you know, knowing what we know later on. But no, like, you're going to see this film in a whole new light, and that's what I absolutely love about this. Just the little details that Johnson chooses to leave out when you first watch the movie and reveals them later on throughout the narrative. It really is just, one, so well paced as well, and the editing definitely has a lot to do with it, because this is an over 2 hour long movie, almost 2.5 hours, but it does not drag like whatsoever. You're just engaged pretty much the whole time. I will say, once you get to the second half, I think that's really when the engagement kicked up for me, at least another level, because I was enjoying it the whole time, but that was really when I realized by the end how much I was truly loving this film. But yeah, the editing is so crisp, so clean, and of course there's like even split screens that occur at the beginning of the movie, and the way that they're integrated through the cutting board, probably through Premiere or whatever software they use. It is just so well done and so well put together. I cannot express how well the technical side of this movie is. Obviously, from the direction, as we already stated, of the Rian Johnson, I don't think that really needs to be elaborated on any further. The score from his brother Nathan Johnson is absolutely incredible. I think one of the best scores of the year. Probably even tops the score from the first movie. There's a lot of really interesting stuff that's going on there. But the cast, I mean, we got to talk about more of this cast. Edward Norton, obviously one of the best actors of his generation, really plays one of the most prominent roles as the millionaire who takes his friends to this secluded island for a week in the midst of the COVID pandemic. And he truly is excellent. Really, once again, as I said, one of the best. But I think the true standout in this cast is Janelle Monáe. And she really is given so much to do here. I think more so than any other actor in this film. And you really get the most with her character and why she's there on the island and what her relationship is to all these other people. Because she seemingly is like the odd one out. But regardless, she is absolutely incredible, and I think she needs more roles like this. Obviously, Dave Bautista's entertaining and everything. I think really one of the big standouts too is Kate Hudson is kind of like this airheaded woman who's like making controversial statements without even having like an idea of racial or, you know, ethnic awareness. It is so funny, but she plays it so straight and absolutely incredible. Just amazing. It's great to see Kate Hudson in something. And obviously, you know, Kathryn Hahn is really good. Leslie Odom Jr. is a bit more vanilla than some of the other characters. But, you know, regardless, he's good in everything. But yeah, I mean, so many people in this cast, but I really think that Edward Norton and Janelle Monáe are the standouts for sure. And of course, there's a nice dosage of social commentary, as you'd expect in any Rian Johnson's film, but I'll tell you, it's handled a lot better than the fucking Casino Planet in Star Wars The Last Jedi. Regardless, I think that, without spoiling it too much, it definitely has a lot to say about class and status in trying to hold on to positions of power, something that we've seen very, very relevant in the past few years and probably even before that. Definitely a timeless theme, unfortunately, that still persists to this day, but I think it's handled so well here, as always. But I really tell you, I think that this is a film, yes, the journey is important, but I think it's about the destination that really sells this movie to me, because the ending to this movie is like one of the best third acts, easily the best third act in any movie I have seen this year. It is absolutely incredible. The soundtrack is amazing. Probably the best soundtrack of the entire year. The way they place these songs, just absolutely amazing and cathartic, this ending that Rian Johnson pulls off. And that's why I think that this is so much better than the first, because of the implications he places in that third act, the way he continues to subvert your expectations throughout the entire narrative and surprise you at every twist and turn. This is literally one of the most definitive mystery films you will ever see. This is how you pull it off, and I really hope that Rian Johnson continues to make these movies. Obviously, there's one more slated, and I'll tell you that I bet your ass I will be more excited for that movie than almost any other one coming out this year, because this film was like close to perfect as a movie could get, and that's why I'm giving Glass Onion a 9.5 out of 10. Yeah, guys, this is one of the highest scores I've ever given on this channel, so please take this as a solid recommendation. Netflix is releasing it right before Christmas, but please try to go see it in its theatrical run. It's playing for 1 week. I know we've already passed a few of the dates, but please, if you get the chance to see it, please see it early. The theater was packed when I saw this, which was so great that so many people were going to see this Netflix film, and maybe that was because it is a sequel to Knives Out and because that was so well received. But I think that this film, if we support it and show them that we want this in theaters, I think that if Netflix can continue to do these things, and I'd be so happy for it, because I'm so glad I got the opportunity to see this before it comes to Netflix. But yeah, obviously, gotta see this when it hits Netflix if you miss it this week. And please drop your comments down below if you have seen Glass Onion. What did you think? Do you think it's better than the original, or does it pale in comparison? I've seen some other people give it lower ratings, which I don't really understand why. But regardless, let me know in the comments, and of course smash the like button, subscribe to this channel for so much great movie content soon, and obviously all the music stuff I'm doing as well. And be sure to be on the lookout for my review of Steven Spielberg's latest, The Fabelmans. Definitely not going to want to miss that one. I certainly knew that I had to see it as soon as it hit theaters. So yeah, guys, take it easy, and until the next one, peace out.